What's up, everyone? Adam here, and today we're reviewing my Western Conference predictions. The video is here if you want to see it. So, I don't know, let's get into it. Now, the first team we're talking about is the Denver Nuggets, and I basically said they're going to do almost the same thing as last year, something that they did do. They were super productive, they played great, and they made it pretty far in the playoffs. So, yeah. Now, the next team we're talking about is the Minnesota Timberwolves, and I said they were going to be better as a lot of the players have developed and their chemistries better than last year, but that's not really hard to do. But I said they weren't championship contenders and that they were going to just do okay in the playoffs. that part I might have messed up a bit on. For the Thunder, I also got it correct because I did say that they really have taken a step up and they were going to make the playoffs. So they have all this young talent. I didn't predict, though, that they were going to be the number one seed. I said that, though, in the future, they would be the number one seed. So, hopefully that prediction's going to stick. With the Trailblazers, I was pretty on target with this one. As I said, they're going to be bad. What I did get wrong, though, was saying that Scoot Henderson was going to be their future franchise point guard, even though he hasn't really shown that potential that we all thought he would have. So it just really, the Trailblazers' future depends on him. Next up, we have the Utah Jazz, and I said they were just going to be same old, which they were. And Lauri Markkanen's great, but just the rest of the team is very much struggling to work around him. So, in general, they are just kind of the same. Now, for the Warriors, I basically said that the Chris Paul trade was really good, and I was partially correct, as Jordan Poole, getting rid of him was an incredible thing for them to do, but adding Chris Paul was definitely not the answer, as he's had his least productive season to date, and the big three is just not the same anymore, and Steph cannot carry all those guys. Now, the next team we have is the Clippers, and I basically said when Kawhi and Paul George are healthy, they are through the roof good, and this was even before James Harden joined the team. So I was pretty spot on with this, as the Clippers were definitely contenders and they just got unlucky that they had one of the most competitive series in the entire playoffs. So yeah. Now for the Lakers, I basically said that LeBron, same old, but the team relies on AD. And if he does well, the team does well, but if he does bad, the team does bad. This year was one of his most productive years to date, and the team still did really bad. So now it really shows that a lot of the pressure should not be on Anthony Davis. It should be on LeBron. It should be on the rest of the team and the coaching staff. So I can't wait to see what JJ Redick's able to do with this team and how he can change this entire organization. The next team we're talking about now is the Phoenix Suns. And in the beginning of the year, I said they were contenders, but there was no depth. I should have seen this beforehand. The KD trade was pretty messy for the Suns, and they got eliminated first round to the Timberwolves. So yeah. Next up we have I said they were perfectly fine and that they would make the playoffs, even though both of those weren't true. Something happened this year that was kind of weird. Just in general, the team was just not functioning as well, and they kind of stayed the same as teams in the West, just try to improve as much as possible. But in general, they did pretty okay. Now, for the Mavs, I highly underestimated them because I said, oh, yeah, Luke and Kyrie are great, but they don't have a team outside of that. They're just going to make the playoffs. They proceeded then to make the NBA final. Now, sure, they got 4-1 by the Celtics, but at the end of the day, they did really exceed expectations, at least to my standards. Now, for the Houston Rockets, this year didn't matter as much if they can make the playoffs. It just want to see, are they even a good team in general? And we saw Jalen Green for a period of time was an incredible player. One of the Thompson twins was playing great. The entire team in general The entire team in general was playing great. They just need to get everything together, get that team chemistry, and I think they can really become an elite powerhouse in the Western Conference. The next team we're talking about is the Memphis Grizzlies, and I basically said that they were going to be good this year as they got rid of Dylan Brooks, who was really bad energy for the entire team. And when John Moran was on the court, they were incredible. But when he was off the court, they were one of the worst teams in the league. Now, for the Pelicans, I was basically just roasting the living shit out of Zion, saying that if he just goes on a diet for just a little bit, they could be a great team. And when he was on the court again, they were an incredible team. But when he's not on the court, They are really they are something else. It's a new level of bad. Our final team is the San Antonio Spurs, and I think they did great this year, even though standings wise and record wise they didn't do as well. They now see that Victor Wembanyama is truly, he's going to be the greatest of all time at some point. And they just need to really build around him and not have Jeremy Sohan or whatever his name is to be at the point guard position. They just need to build around Wembanyama now. Anyways, that's the end of the video. Please like and subscribe. Tell me if you liked the video and stuff like that. And yeah. Peace.